Good afternoon, guys. And it's actually Sunday, June 20th, I think it is. 19, 2015. And it's Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to those fathers. My hubby had to work today. He usually works 6 to 7 days in a week, and then he'll have days or weeks where he has to work 7 days a week. So let's get started. I thought I would before we get started, let me preface this before I say this. A couple of things. Sometimes when I mention numerology I'm doing, and I'll see someone whose birthday is on the cusp, and that means the line between one sign and the next sign, Gemini, Cancer, or Cancer, Leo, or so forth. And so I might say that they are Cancer, but other signs say they are Gemini. It doesn't really matter one way or the other because I'm not doing astrology. I don't need to know what their sign is. I appreciate those guys of letting me know, but I don't need it because I'm doing numerology, which is looking at the numbers in their birth date. It's just a brief reading. It's more than just your birth date, but there are numbers in your birth date. It's the sum total of your birth date. It is what's happening for you this personal year. You can go deeper into your name, your address. There's lots of different things and ways to look at. For example, your address can add down to a single digit, and based on what that digit and the characteristics it has, you'll feel that in your household. But at the end of the day, it's for fun and entertainment. Okay, so let me go on. I'm going to do Claudia Jordan. Never thought I was going to be doing Claudia Jordan because I don't like Claudia Jordan, but I said Jordan. But if I can do Kenya Moore, which I'm not a fan of either, I can do her. I was looking on the blogs and I saw that supposedly she was supposed to be fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, her from Atlanta, and Brandy Glanville from Beverly Hills. I might do a Brandy one, but I could care even less about Brandy Glanville. I'm sorry to say. I'm not a fan of heavy drinking people or what have you. So anyways, let's take a look at Claudia Jordan. Her birthday is April 12th, 1973. Now, I will mention that she is an Aries, but I'm not looking at her from that perspective. Her numbers are 4. The 12 is a 3, adds up to be a 3. In 1973 adds up to be a 2. Together, she is a number 9 person. But I always like to start at the beginning because each number means something. The month of April is a 4th month. That means that she was born as a thought keeper, a memory keeper, extremely detailed, oriented, organized type of person, very critical, criticizing. That means that somewhere in that, if you look at it from a bigger perspective, perhaps she was criticized and she's born into that. And that's something that she's got to learn how to overcome. But she is a long way to be 42 years old. She's a long way from learning that. One thing that number 4s learn early on, and then it just stays a part of them unless somebody curtails them, is remembering the past from a negative perspective. You can be talking about the past, having a good old gay time with your family, and she's going to be the person to remember something that happened in the past where she got hurt or she fell down or somebody broke up with her, or she might even go into your past and remind you of the things that you thought that were over with. You've overcome them, and she will hold everything. She's the type of person who will remember everything that a person does and uses it against them, as if she stockpiles ammunition. So where does she get this from? Like I said, from her family history, as well as being biracial and learning how to arm herself verbally for people that were in school. And it could be middle school, junior high, back when I went to school, 7th, 8th grade, 6th, 7th grade, that she armed herself for the battle all the time. So when they had something to say, she had something to say back. The problem with arming yourself for the battle, you begin to take on this type of attitude that everything is a battle. Everything people say, you're ready to defend when it doesn't need to be defending. Now, you combine that with her 12, which comes down to a number 3. We can look at it two ways, as a 12 and a number 3. In terms of it being a 12, she has a lot of energy about herself. She could really have a business or something and get it going and plan it, because she's a planner and a doer, so she could actually make things happen for herself more than trying to use her looks to keep her life going on. Beauty is great, but beauty fades, and dumb is forever. So it would be best if she put energy into herself, into an education. I guess supposedly she went to college or whatever, but I could never see her really taking that and using that and running with that to the best of her ability. What is more sexier than a beautiful woman who is smart? Nothing. But she hasn't quite figured that out yet. She likes to be in a relationship, but she wants a leader guy. He's got to be someone that leads the way, that's strong and courageous and brave, like he's got in the white horse and the armor on and the sword, and she's the lady on the back, because she's got a very femininity to her, so she wants to be cared for like that. But it's hard for her to really settle down and try to look for the one, because she loves the spotlight. She's got that thirst once again, that she likes to be in the spotlight. She wants to be seen. She can't stop running her mouth regarding anybody or anything. If you ask her, she's going to say it, because she feels as if she's had to overcome so much to say these things, and oftentimes it alienates people from your life. So she doesn't have a lot of close relationships. She has a few friends she's close with, but I wouldn't say that she had a bevy of girlfriends to run with. She's also appears to us as a 7 person, that mysterious, wannabe, secretive type of person that is a bit of a jerk, I might say. And she comes across like that, like a bit of a jerk, like you looking at her and you listen to her and you side-eyeing her. She wants to keep you at arm's length. She wants the spotlight, and she wants it for herself. So if she's out, she'll be out with some anonymous people. She won't be out with a bunch of beauties and things like that, because her personality keeps people away, because there's a lot about me, and also some victim stories, poor me things, and and that keeps people wanting to be away from her. Like, she'll share what she wants to share, but she won't really open herself up and try to share, because she's so critical that she assumes everybody else is too. Overall, though, and it's hard to believe with me breaking it down into pieces, she comes across as a number 9. That means that in her life, one of her parents didn't give her the love in a relationship that she needed. I can't say mom, I can't say dad, only she knows that. But one person did not give her the love she needs, so she always has an empty spot. It's trying to fill that up. She loves children and puppies. She will donate her time or her money or what have you to charitable organizations, but she isn't really overall a money person. Like, a lot of people are just driven for the dollar, and she's not really that person. She likes to be out there and be seen and volunteer for little celebrity events, which that's how I knew her, seeing her in different little celebrity events along the way. I think I saw her on The Price is Right too, but she'll donate and she'll do those things. Will she step into her true humanitarianism, her true spiritual nature? I don't know. She's really caught up in the world at this point, and it's hard to know if we ever really step into that. That is our challenge, that life path, is that these lessons will always present themselves to help or to volunteer or to rescue a kitten out the tree or whatever in her case, but it doesn't mean that you necessarily buy into them. Excuse me, you might be on the very opposite of that, where you feel like, I'm not doing anything from anybody. I'm taking care of me. I'm all about me. And you'd be the worst of that giving humanitarian person, where you might show flickers of goodness, but you'll show more flickers of negativeness. And as far as if she's leaving the show, I don't see that. If she was going to leave, then her firing or her leaving on her own would have happened now, because that would have been prior to her birthday, April 12th. She was in a 5-year, so that would have been her walking away from a job. Her being in the 6th year is really her spending more time at home and beautifying her home and her surroundings and taking care of family members and that type of thing, nurturing, everything like that. Does that mean that she has to be away from the job? If she had a slew of kids, yeah. But I don't see that right now. I'm going to say no on that with a question mark, because I don't see it at all. It really depends on where Andy is with the whole situation. Andy loves drama, if you have not figured that out. Andy is that person that'll throw the stone and hide his hands. He loves the drama. He likes all the arguing and back and forth and all of that. He watches the episodes. Believe me, when he comes on with those little cue cards on that reunion, it is not new. He's already seen it. He knows what's going on. And he likes all of that, because all that mess and that drama, that spells ratings. And a lot of these shows really look for characters or people that can make characters villains and vulnerable people and bullied people and bullies. And if you think about it, everybody has plays one of those roles, and that's the way production sets it up. So they will take anything negative that she says and they'll put it together with other clips of her, and they will have a montage that you don't know of negativity, and then they'll show her, and then they'll take some off comments she makes in the diary room, and next thing you know, there's your character. So we love to hate her. It seems as though she has no storyline, she's irrelevant, but that's our opinion. That is not the show. They're not concerned about that. They will create a storyline from her, because that's what they do. They'll talk about some situations that happen and then they reenact them. So they'll take care of that part. So anyways, Claudia, I'll be anxious to see if you leave. I say no, you're not leaving. You're going to stay there and carry on. Not Demetria, though. Sad to hear that. But that's another story. You guys have a great Father's Day, and God bless you, fathers. Thank you for being there with your families. Bye-bye.